BBC Radio Oxford, it is 22 minutes to 3. Now, have you ever taken up a hobby that has changed your life? You may remember last week, Fleur Roszczak and I gave you your essential running kit. And there's someone we really wanted to talk to last week, but he was away on his hollybobs, as he's more than welcome to do. David Croxson, not only is he a fantastic TV news director here at BBC South Today, but he is a Parkrun convert. Parkrun, if you missed it, is a place where you can run 5k, you can walk it, you can jog it, you can do a roly-poly, I don't know if that's true, all with the encouragement of your community. And he also volunteers at his local Parkrun too. And I'm so pleased to have him here with me. Hello.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, my friend. Good afternoon. Lovely to have you in. Now, tell me the story. When did you start running and where does Parkrun fit into that?
I did my first park run probably about four years ago, probably. A chap who used to work here, Simon Pipe, who was the North Oxfordshire reporter, said, "Have you heard of Parkrun?" Because he'd heard that I was doing the Couch to 5k. And I hadn't at the time. And he said, "Well, you can turn up." And the one I do is in Stratford-upon-Avon. So I was probably about 7 to 8 weeks into the Couch to 5k programme. So I hadn't actually hadn't gone the whole distance.
Okay.
And I turned up at Stratford-on-Avon and I did this park run. And it was very friendly and very welcoming and everyone was very supportive. And I managed to finish in something like 43 minutes. And the next person across the line was 84 years old and had had cancer 4 times. So I didn't feel like I'd achieved a great deal.
Okay.
She was admittedly 4 minutes behind me, but that's not really the point. Anyway, I got home and because I think I'd done it too early and tried to run the whole thing, I hurt my legs. I picked up an injury doing it.
Oh, goodness.
And so I didn't do it then for ages. In fact, I didn't run at all and I sort of stopped. So it's the classic sort of Couch to 5k story.
Yeah.
People think, oh my God, I'm so near, so far, and didn't quite. And so I didn't parkrun for ages. And then maybe 18 months ago, I thought, I'm going to crack it again. I'm going to do this, start all over again, Couch to 5k, go through the thing. And by the end of it, do a parkrun and do them regularly. Mm-hmm. And so a friend of mine and I, we funnily enough, had come to that same conclusion together at the same time. And about 3 weeks into my Couch to 5k process again, she said, "Well, I'm doing it as well. Let's run together," because she lives in the same town as me. And by the end of that year, we were regulars at Evesham Parkrun. And we're now regulars at Morton-in-Marsh Parkrun, which is at the Fire Service College. And we've done it. Well, I've done 37 of them now, parkruns.
So where does that come from? I mean, you were saying that, you and your friend have come to the same conclusion. I mean, have you always wanted to run?
No, this is ridiculous. Because at school, my school reports for PE said, David is at least consistent, always hopeless.
Oh, no.
Genuinely, that's what one of my reports said. And so, because I've never been at all sporty and hated cross-country running with a passion. Not least because it was cold and wet whenever you do cross country. It was when I think the PE teachers couldn't think of anything else to do. So I don't know why I started running, really. I genuinely a bit of a loss. I think I got to the sort of 40 and thought I really ought to do some exercise. Yeah. Because the only exercise I generally do is lifting pints of beer up towards my face. So I thought, running's easy because all you need is a pair of trainers.
Yeah.
You don't need a bike. You don't need any gear. You don't need a treadmill or anything. You just can go out and run. So I thought it was easy and cheap.
And are you a convert now?
Definitely. And Parkrun is part of it because it's very easy to give up when you're out on a jog just by yourself in the town. Yeah. But with Parkrun, there's 100 other people there, or however many people turn up to your local Parkrun, and you'll get a cup of tea and a piece of cake at the end of it. So
I've heard about this.
Quite happy.
This cake at the end.
Yeah.
It's like
well, not all
you.
parkruns do cake, but ours at Morton-in-Marsh does.
It's the carrot.
Yes, it's the carrot at the end. Stratford have a tea stall at the end. In many cases, it's charity tea and cake stall as well. So there's 2 charities that take it in turns at Morton-in-Marsh to run the tea stall, and you just put 50p in a box,
And you volunteer as well?
I do.
Yeah.
Parkrun is all run by volunteers. So the core team for each parkrun who organise it, no one gets paid for it. And each park run requires a certain number of marshals to ensure that people don't get lost or go the right way. And if someone's fallen over, there's somebody there who can raise help to get first aid kit or whatever. So there's a certain number of marshals, people who give out the finish tokens, people who check the barcodes at the end of the race to work out who has... I keep saying race, it's not a race. And if everybody volunteers once every 10 weeks or so, who regularly goes on a park run, then they don't need to chase for volunteers. That's generally speaking roughly how it works.
How wonderful. So it's really become a big part of your life.
Yeah. Definitely.
And would you say, this is quite a profound thing to say, but has it changed your life for the better?
It gives you a great sense of having achieved something on a Saturday morning ahead of the weekend. It sets you up. Even if all you do is go home, buy the papers and get a bacon roll, you have at least done that half an hour of exercise. And you know, if that then leads you to doing maybe a couple more, or in my case, perhaps joining the gym, you know, and thinking, you know, if I joined the gym and did some other exercises as well as running, that would probably mean I get to my goal, which at the moment is to do the 5 kilometres in half an hour.
Yes. And music.
Yeah.
We heard last week this is a big motivator.
It is.
Quite important to you. You've set some playlists for your parkrun sometimes.
Well, I think music is has a big impact on how fast you run. Fleur was saying a minute ago that when she's running to dance music, she gets a great time. And that's true. If I run to stuff I really like, is really cheesy, then I run quite well.
Like what, David, would be
Well, the last playlist I did was an 80s sort of themed lycra and leggings, you know, footloose type of a playlist. But actually lots of 80s music has a really good beat for running, so that works quite well.
Now, if we are going to think of some advice for people, maybe a bit like me, David, there's going to be lots of people who are slowly making their way through Couch to 5K. I mean, I've taken a great long time to get to week 5.
But it doesn't matter, does it, how many, you know, I mean, the big thing about Parkrun is you don't have to run it.
Okay, is that true?
It's absolutely true. Our Parkrun has plenty of people who are regulars, turn up every week and walk it. Yeah. Walk the whole way. And Parkrun provide a volunteer to tail walk at the back. So no one ever finishes last. Your name is never going to be last on the list because one of the volunteers is at the back, usually with somebody who wants to walk the whole way and has a nice long chat. And it's little things like that mean that no one should feel intimidated by the fact that it's called Parkrun, because plenty of people walk or do a mixture of
and
jogging
get better
and walking,
and better.
And get better.
Yeah.
And the only person you're really racing against is yourself, because you get your text message at the end of the morning and it says your time today was this, well done. And you think, that was quite good. That was 30 seconds quicker than last week or whatever.
So would your advice just be put the trainers on, find your local parkrun,
that's right,
turn up?
And turn up. And all you need to do in order to you can turn up is go on the Parkrun website and register and print off a barcode. That's all you need to do, and take your barcode with you. Without the barcode, you can still run it, but you won't get a time at the end of it. So you have to bring along your barcode. That's all you need. You don't need to say, I'm coming to this event. You don't need to book in. You can turn up to any parkrun anywhere in the world with this barcode. And they are all over the world now. And you'll get your time.
You'll get your time and start. Just put one foot in front of the other. Repeat.
That's it. One foot in front of the other. Keep going.
Love it. David Croxson, thank you so much for your encouragement.
Pleasure.
Thank you.